Hello, troopers, and welcome back to G.A.R. Productions. Welcome back to Ask G.A.R. Sorry, we have some really good questions. I was jumping the gun a little bit there, but hopping into it with Corporal Danger, asks, what are your wish list Separatist sets, new and remake? I've always wanted them to make a Munificent class or even a Lucrehulk class. Remake-wise, I'd love to see an updated Attack of the Clones Dukers Solar Sailor, with an actual interior and movie design. So for me personally, sets that I don't know if there's really a big one that I want them to... Well, there's one thing I want them to make that they haven't made is a Crab Droid. Kind of a no-brainer, but definitely want to see that. And then a remake that I really want to see is an MTT in particular, and then probably kind of tied, or that'd be a little bit higher I really want to see, and then just below that would be Separatist starfighters like Vulture Droid and Tri-Fighter. So that is my Separatist wish list. Now to see what we'll get next year, maybe this Droid starfighters would be a better chance, but I doubt we'll get an MTT next year. Sharkman asks, what is your opinion on the dual-molded helmet on the new Stormtroopers? My personal opinion that I prefer the 2014, but the new ones are growing on me. And what do you think of the different Stormtrooper heads? I like the idea, but I don't like how now all the Stormtroopers are different prices. So a couple things on that. The dual molded are growing on me where it's like I can stand them now, but by far I still like the 2014. I think they are far superior. I would, if I have to choose between the two, I will actually spend more money on getting an older version, an older 2014 style than the new dual molded. I don't mind. Okay, so I'm not trying to be like... Anyway, I'll just jump into it. These are my thoughts. I'll put it these are my thoughts and personal opinions. You guys can differ. We can disagree or agree. But this is my channel. I'm not going to say something rude, but I don't really like the differences in the heads. Not so much, yes, they do make it very confusing, one on Bricklink, because now there's like five different Stormtroopers when there used to just be one. So that kind of gets confusing. But two, what kind of annoys me is like they have to be so politically correct that will there be like half of the Stormtroopers at least are like African American female heads? I'm like, now in the Star Wars universe, would there have been African American female Stormtroopers? Yes, there would have been. That's okay, but like very, very few. And female Stormtroopers, I think it makes up like 1% of the Stormtrooper Corps was females in canon or Legends. So again, should they be representative? I'm fine with that. Yes, it is canon, it is Legends, that's fine. But making it that it's like literally 50% or 60% of the Imperial figures have female and then African American skin tone. Again, I'm okay with that once in a while, but they just kind of do it to make cheaper price and be also politically correct. So it's just like, really, do we really need this? It's just... It buggers me because it bothers me because it's not accurate. That's the only thing. I'm not saying that it's a terrible thing, that it shouldn't happen. It is accurate, but it's overly accurate because it's like it's not really accurate because it's too much. So I don't really like that aspect of it. And them having to be politically correct and woke, as it were, just even a tiny bit in Lego Star Wars. I'm like, why do we need to care about that? I understand. Again, Disney's pretty woke. Star Wars has tried to stay away from that, as it were. They've had some things, of course, seep in from Disney, but they've tried to be more of a stay away from that kind of thing, and I've appreciated that. So it's a little bit annoying when Lego just wants to throw it in there just that tiny bit when it's not accurate. Again, once in a while is okay, but like I just got the TIE Interceptor versus Fang Fighter. That TIE Pilot's, again, same thing, and there's other figures, so it's just annoying the frequency. Sorry to ramble on about that. Again, you guys can agree with me or disagree. I'm not saying it's a terrible thing or that it, again, can't happen once in a while. It just frustrates me that it happens so often because it's just not accurate to the source material, honestly. Flamingo asks, how likely do you think we are to get a 104th set or battle pack? In 2025, I'd say pretty low, probably only like a 20% chance, honestly. I think Episode 3 and other media are going to really take up those spots. But in the next 3 years, like 2026 or 2027, I say it's pretty likely that we get a 104th. They know we really want to see it, so I would be surprised if they do not give us one in at least the next 3 years. And then lastly, user MP8QG asks, do you think the reason that LEGO is getting worse is because the amount of new shows that no one cares about taking spots from sets people care about? I don't really think so. Because if you look at it, LEGO really hasn't made that many sets from the new shows. Kenobi did get a few. Kenobi has kind of mixed opinions. Kenobi got a few, but only like 2. Andor got one, and that's actually a really, really good series. They could have done more sets of it. I think they would have sold well, but Andor got one. Bad Batch Season 1 got like one set, and then kind of Season 2 got one, and then, well, not really even for Season 2 and 3 didn't get any. Season 1 got 2 sets. Season 2 and 3 got nothing. Acolyte got nothing. Ahsoka did get good amount of sets, but that's because they kind of knew the fan base was there, that people were going to want those sets, so they did do that. A lot of them that there's not as for sure that the shows are going to do super well, or a lot of hype or they don't know there's going to be a lot of hype behind it. They're doing very few, if not no sets from those things. So I don't think that's actually the case. If you look at it, there hasn't really been that many sets from the TV shows to be taking up the spots. Maybe onesies and twosies here. Ahsoka would be the exception, but they knew the fan demand was going to be there, and obviously I think it was there because those sets are really good as well for the most part. So they kind of know it was going to be there for those sets compared to other things they weren't as sure, and it shows because they haven't really released sets actually from those. So I don't think it's that, but I will actually be checking out Saturday's video. I'll be kind of talking about those aspects on Saturday, so do check that out. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know down below. Obviously, if you have any questions, leave them down below. And let me know what you think of the Stormtrooper issue. If you agree, if you disagree. I'm not trying to be in no way am I supporting racism or sexism in any way. I do want to put that out there, but it irritates me because no, I am not one that subscribes to woke ideology. There has been wrongs by people in the past, but it doesn't mean I think our current generation should have to pay for those things or make reparations, quote unquote. And I don't think it needs to be representative in Lego Star Wars because it's overly representative. There are those people within the Empire in Star Wars, but it is a minority. It's not a majority, and then Lego's making it a majority. So it's just them being, again, not faithful to the source material, which we get upset in other ways about, and trying to push just a tiny bit of woke ideology in there, which I also don't like about as well, because I get enough push on that from other sources. I don't want it from my Lego. So let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Hopefully it doesn't tick too many of you off, but it does. Sorry, but that's what I believe. I'm not going to try and shy away from what I believe. I'm going to show what I believe in a respectful manner, and I think I did that. Let me know if you guys don't think I did, but I think I did that. Hopefully you guys have an amazing week, and I will catch you guys next time.